सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। We continue with our study of Vivekachudamani. In shloka number 10, we saw Sanyasya sarva karmani bhavabandha vimuktaye yatyatam panditair dhiraihi atmabhyasa upasthitaihi. So, see, if we take Bhagavad Gita as a manual to walk the path of spirituality, we have to understand how Bhagavan Krishna guides the whole discourse of Bhagavad Gita. We see Arjuna has difficulty in processing what is happening in this life of his. Hastinapur, war, brothers, cousins, etc., etc. And the first chapter is just lamentation, and he gets mentally exhausted dealing with life and just surrenders to Bhagavan and says, I want you to guide me, I am your student. So Bhagavan now speaks. Up to now, Bhagavan has not spoken because he was not prompted that please guide me. Arjuna says, guide me and I surrender. So now Bhagavan in the second chapter opens his mouth. And Bhagavan speaks. Amrita Varshini, Bhagavad Gita. We bow down to that divine ambrosia of non-dual truth. And when Bhagavan spoke such beautiful words, he started with the highest. Shlokas 11 through 30, Bhagavan is talking about Atma. And Arjuna has problems in this world. What Atma? So Bhagavan is establishing this conversation. In this establishing of conversation, when two people get together for a conversation, they may meet at a coffee shop or whatnot, two friends, and they want to discuss something. So, hi, hello, how are you, etc. They get their coffee, they sit down. But then, the goal of the conversation is to be established. That we are here for this subject. And this is what I am not understanding. So Bhagavan establishes his conversation and talks about Atma first. Because that's the goal. The goal is Atma. And Bhagavan establishes that you are this Atma and you are nothing less than this Atma. And Arjuna has not heard this. It is difficult for him to process. And Bhagavan comes down to his level and say, you know, you are privileged as a Kshatriya and the gateways of heavens will open if you just do your duty, etc., etc. That for you, karmani eva adhikar, you have to do karma, etc., etc. You just cannot not do action, etc. And then he goes back to Arjuna asks that can there be a person who lives like this? So Bhagavan said, yes, Sthita Prajna, and he describes a man established in this, and Arjuna wants to be that person who has established in it. And Arjuna realizes, oh my God, what a lofty vision. So 3rd chapter, he says, why are you confusing me? You are describing such a person who has established, and for that person they need not do any action. In fact, they've given up all desires, so there is nothing, they just sit in their own divine glory. But to me, you're asking me tatkim karmani ghore mam, you're asking me to engage in action in this lower world. Why? So Bhagavan starts from basics. He says you have to engage in action. You can't jump over there. And that is what this shloka, I want to bring that point in. Sanyasya sarva karmani. Over here, you give up all actions. But we just cannot give up all actions without starting actions properly. Bhava bandha vimuktaye. For the very sake of liberation from the bondage of this universe, you give up action. But we have never even done action properly, then how can we give up? It is like, you know, for a high schooler, you give up high school. Yes, you give up high school. But he has a desire to go to college, and if the desire is there to go to college and study, how can you give up high school? Minimum you have to be high school graduate to even apply for college. So giving up of high school, renouncing that, it's not possible, you know. Renouncing college after the benefit of graduation, yes, then you can renounce college. After you have graduated from high school, yeah, you can renounce high school. You need not go back. So this is what we have to understand over here. Yat panditaihi dhiraihi atma abhyasa upasthitaihi yatyatam. What is said over here? Panditaihi, wise people. Dhiraihi, those people who have put forth effort, and the intellect is infused with knowledge and wisdom. Such people, Atma Abhyas, and they are only abiding in their own glory of their self. I am Atma, I am Atma, I am Atma. Like Ramana Maharshi ji, sitting in Tiruvannamalai, no desire to go anywhere, not even that temple. He doesn't even have to turn around and look at the Arunachala behind him. At no point in time is his buddhi apart from Arunachala. He is Aruna Achala. This light, impeccable light, Achala, non-flickering, non-moving. He doesn't have to do it. It is always lit inside. Where will he go to find Arunachala? People go over there, they wear langoti like him and they sit over there and all gymnastics. But we have to live life properly to reach the state of the mind of Ramana Maharshi Ji. He is Dhiraha, Panditaha. In fact, without studying Shastra, he is a Pandita. And there is a person who comes and who teaches Shastra to him and he says, yeah, I know. It was just verification. Kavya Kantha Ganapati Muni, he was a great scholar, but no abidance. But over here, Atma Abhyasa Upastitaihi. So he revealed to Pandit this Kavya Kantha Ganapati Muni the pinnacle stages of Samadhi, and he introduced him to the utterance of Upanishadic mantras. And that was enough for him to hear and verify, yes, this is what the experience is. Such a person, Yatyatam, like Kavya Kantha Ganapati Muni, he lived his life, born in a tradition, did his Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, daily actions, occasionally for the sake of family and society, whatever needs to be done, he did that. And giving up Kamya Karma, giving that up and staying focused, Shastra Adhyanan of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasan, such a person, when they find a Samarth Guru like Ramana Maharshi Ji, for such a person, Sanyasa Sarva Karmani. Now, Bhava Bandha Vimuktaye, for the sake of liberation, he just sat down next to his Guru and followed the instructions. And even the daily repetitions, whatever was required to keep this buddhi on this ever lit Atma, he did that. That is what is the goal, is pointed out over here by Shankaracharya Ji. For the rest of us, like Bhagavad Gita says, Bhagavan Krishna, keep this goal in mind. Sthita Prajna Lakshana is our goal. We have to reach the point where buddhi is sthita. Prajna, the inner consciousness which shines in this buddhi, is equanimous. It is not in flickering, it is not in fits and starts, it is ever abiding in this awareness. So that being the goal, now Arjuna is inspired to act in the same way. We have to continue our bounded duties, daily duties, nitya karma, family life, whatever stage in vargashram and varnashram karmas that we are born in, we have to continue that. We have to continue. We just cannot say, Vivekachudamani has said, Sanyasa Sarva Karmani. This is goal which is pointed. We have to understand. This is the goal. So now this thesis statement will be proved in this entire Vivekachudamani. This is a glory of it. Now, how am I going to come to this state of abidance? So slowly, now Shankaracharya ji walks us through this. So shloka number 11. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu palabdhaye vastu siddhi vicharena nakinchit karma kotibhihi. So now Shankaracharya ji says, see, over here sannyas is sarva karmani. But now he will come and say, what is karma for? Just like Bhagavad Gita, see, Vivekachudamani also parallels the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Only then it can be a prakana grantha. It prepares us for Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Prasthana-trayi Adhyanan. This prepares us for. So, Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Karma, what is karma for? Karma is for chitta shuddhi. What is chitta shuddhi? Purity of mind, intellect. This blue stuff is called antakarana. One is, M is mind, I is intellect. The flip side of mind is memory. That chitta, mind, chit, memory, and perceiver, feeler, thinker, this ego, this is the blue stuff, is the seat of the soul. And this seat of the soul transmigrates from body to body to body to body. This blue stuff is the small s, and that Om is the capital S. And the small s is the reflection of the capital S. So this small s, in the process of living lives, plural, many lives we have lived. Bhagavan Krishna himself tells Arjuna, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tanyaham vedda sarvani natvam vedda parantapa. You and I have taken many births, but the difference between you and I is, I know all my births and you don't, Arjuna. And that we is what is not allowing us to realize our own self. The baggage of this small s. So how do I prepare that small s to apprehend the capital S? We have to push the small s through the first state of sadhanas. And the first stage of sadhanas are, wherever we are, we have to embrace the time, the place, the people, the duties, and the purpose. All of this acts upon us. We each have a duty. And duty is what is due to the other. And what is due to the other, in doing that, fulfills my purpose. Simple things. Cooking, cleaning, walking, talking. In all actions, if we remember, the purpose is, I'm going to clean my small s. I am cleaning my small s. That is called Chittasya Shuddhaye Karma. By not hating any action, instead embracing each action, personalizing with our presence. Whatever we do, we have to do it properly. Gurudev used to, the clothes were proper. A tilak was proper. Everything is proper. Adaram maduram vadanam maduram maduradipate rakhilam maduram. Everything is madura because he infuses everything with consciousness. He had ample of reasons to complain. He is born in a jail cell, raised by surrogates. Own uncle wants to kill him. Aunt first arrives to kill him. He's pushed out of his own familiar place, comes to the other end of Gujarat, establishes Dwarika, is cursed by Gandhari. His Vamsha Parampara had to come to an end. Rishis cursed the children. Never did Krishna frown. That's why he's Maduram. And he has acted. That's why he's allowed to say that you have to do your action. In fact, while he's talking Gita, he's still a charioteer. So Maduram is the amount of awareness we infuse into our signature of life, which is karma. Is our living space clean? Our car clean? Our habits, are they clean? Our interaction, is it clean? Our thoughts, are they clean? So whatever we do, we are infusing a sense of cleanliness and cleaning this antakarana. That is chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu palabdhaye. And karma is not for the attainment of Atma. With karma, I can go to a place that I am not at. With karma, I can procure something that doesn't belong, which I don't possess. I can go to H-E-B and buy some milk or food or fruits, whatever it is. I can, with karma, with effort of my arms, tamarind, salt and lemon, I can clean brass. With karma, if I have something, someone doesn't, I can give them. So several things we can do with karma. Apya, give something. Prapya, attain it. Samskarya, like wash brass. Apya, prapya, samskarya, vikarya, and modify something. I can buy some cloth, cut it into pieces, put the pieces back together, create a pattern and create a quilt. So 4 things we can do with karma. But we cannot attain Atma with karma. If we think that I can go to Tirupati with certain number of things for Bhagavan, gold and fruits and grains and etc., etc., and in return Narayana will give me a place in Vaikuntha. Not possible. Out of gratitude, we may give away our possession of gold and whatever we want to give to Tirupati. People give their hair. It doesn't cost much. I'm giving my beauty. But in return, the prayer is, oh Lord, make me fit for living. That Narayana can give us. Oh Lord, give me peace. Narayana can give that. Give me discipline so that I can study more about you. That Narayana can give. So we have to know what Bhagavan can give. When we say, you give me Atma, meaning you give me yourself. Well, Bhagavan has already given his reflection to us, but if we are incapable of utilizing his reflection, what are we going to do? And in that reflection, we have to realize that he alone is. He cannot give us something that we don't have. We already have that Atma. We simply don't know that I am in essence Narayana. So chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu palabdhaye. Vastu over here is Atma Vastu. Vastu siddhi vicharena. Atma over here is referred to as Vastu. Usually we say Vastu as an object. Comes from Vas Dhatu, it dwells. Atma, it dwells everywhere. So it is, Shankaracharya ji refers to Atma as Vastu, but not an object, as a very subject. And we will see that later. I'm just clarifying that over here, please don't think of Atma as object, because in reality he doesn't mean object, he really means subject. Vastu Siddhi, the attainment of Atma, the merging with Atma. Vicharena, it is only in thought, by proper thought, and by rearranging our thinking process, we quote unquote become Atma, become Bhagavan, become Brahman, whatever name you want to use. We gain Nirvana, whatever it is. Basically, awareness, consciousness. Only in Vichar, the Buddhi has to reach over there. And for that, Buddhi has to give up all lower understanding. And that clarity of thought. Vastu siddhi vicharena na kinchit karma koti bihi. We can keep on doing actions, koti, millions and billions of lifetime worth of actions we can do. We will never attain Atma. Atma can only be available in our understanding. The very presence of this Atma allows me to speak, move my hand, listen, feel, smell, taste. Without Atma, the senses cannot experience their own respective object of perception. But our intellect, our mind is preoccupied by temptations of this world, and we forget that we are Atma. We are conscious every waking moment, but we renounce our consciousness and become fascinated by Netflix, YouTube, music, dance, food, conversations with friends, family, money problems, health issues. These are the preoccupations of our mind. just one day we have upset stomach and we forget everything. Now our sole goal is to go after that stomach and find relief. And we forget we are consciousness. Without consciousness, I cannot even experience my stomach issues, my financial issues. So, this is when it is said Vastu Siddhi Vicharena. Over here, Vastu Siddhi is Jnana Prapti, the attainment of this knowledge that I am. Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, his last days were filled with pain. He had throat cancer. Food could not go in. Vivekananda asks, can our Divine Mother not remove this pain? And he says, is that what I have taught you? To pray to her to remove problems? That's not a prayer, that's praying on her. P-R-E-Y. Praying upon her. So in prayer, I thank her that she has given me this. Now I only want her. If the body has to fall, let it fall. So, that is Vastu Siddhi Vicharena. Pain we all have, suffering is optional. He did not suffer because continuous smriti of mother was there. The pain is to the body. Similar thing can be observed in Ramana Maharshi Ji's life. Everybody has gone through pain. Suffering is a function of the knowledge that the intellect possesses. That is why these shlokas are so important, which sets a stage for our learning. This vichar continues over here. Shankaracharya ji says, number 12, Samyak vicharata siddhaha rajju tattvavadharana bhrantyodita mahasarpa bhaya dukkha vinashinaha. So what is this vichar? So now he explains what is vichar. What is vichar? Over here he says, Samyak vicharataha siddhaha. Siddha Samyak vicharataha, by steady engagement of the intellect, continuously taking it towards consciousness. In all dealings of our life, we do karma, we are reminded, oh, I am doing it for Bhagavan. The smriti is for Bhagavan. And then when we sit quietly and we engage in vichar, what is this vichar? Rajju tattva avadharana. When we see this very famous example of rope and snake is given over here. If in a lightly, in a dimmed light environment, we are alerted by the presence of a snake, and we see a snake, when we really bring this light, a flashlight, and we turn it towards the source, the coiled rope, and the minute I see the coiled rope, because of the presence of the light, the false understanding that it is a rope, that it is a snake falls, but along with the false understanding that this is a snake, what falls is fear as well. Fear that the snake is going to kill me. Fear that, oh my God, I am helpless. Who's going to help me now? A sense of helplessness, the sense of fear, and wrong understanding, ignorance, everything falls the minute I inquire the reality of the snake. If I put a flashlight and I see a rope, the snake vanishes right there and there. There was no reality of snake. In the same way, Vedanta says that there is no reality of this universe. In fact, this universe is a projection on consciousness. But just like the ignorance created snake and the snake created fear, required an inquiry into the existence of the snake, in the same way, inquiry into the truth is necessary, and that is called vichar. When we inquire about our problems, we find a solution. Health. Someone may lose their health. A doctor may give bad news. But if we have proper understanding, and if we understand that the bad news is to the body, but not to me, then I can remain calm. And in that calmness, I can pick the best solution for alleviating the problem of that body. That's all. When I understand that I am not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, Not only am I not the body, the mind, the intellect, but I am also not the world of objects. I am also not these emotions. I witness the emotions. I get afraid. But I take comfort in prayers, and even that fear goes away. Joy is born out of my own mind. And I can see even sometimes the joy also leaves. Anger, pride, jealousy, I can objectify them. If I can objectify them, how can I be that? I can even objectify my thoughts. I can say this is a good thought, this is a bad thought. This is a right thought, this is a wrong thought. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. So even intellect I can objectify. Then what really am I? I am that awareness that enlivens not only this equipment, but the experience of the equipment as well. And it is only an experience, a time bound. It starts, it remains, and it comes to an end. But I am much greater than that. That understanding, the walking of my own buddhi, which walks me step by step through the physical problems, the mental problems, the intellectual problems, to this higher, subtler self within me, that is called vichar. Samyak vicharataha siddhaha. Siddhi is the attainment or the abidance in the understanding that I am consciousness. Just like Rajju Tattva Avadharana. Rajju, rope, its essence, Tattva, Avadharana, we have to come to the truth, ascertaining the truth of the road. Bhranti Udita Mahasarpa. Out of confusion, Bhranti, out of ignorance, Udita, born, Mahasarpa, not just a sarpa, not just a garden snake, but a great cobra. And we know cobra doesn't even exist in the Americas. But no, I see him flickering the tongue, and I see the hood moving. All this can be projected on a simple rope. It could be the label of the rope of Home Depot which is moving. And we will see, no, the hood was moving. So, Bhranti Udita, Shankaracharya ji qualifies snake with an adjective Mahasarpa. That is what we do. We project all problems into great problems. And what does that Mahasarpa do? Bhaya, fear. Dukkha, sorrow. Oh my God, it will kill me, it will poison me. I am so far away from the hospital. How will I get the anti-venom shot by the time I reach the emergency? So, all issues created by the projection is vinashini. It can only be destroyed by Rajju Tattva Avadharana. Our life problems, they will be there. Who has not had a problem? Arey, look at the problems of Lord Rama. Lord Krishna, Avatar Purusha, and yet they could not order a good life for themselves. They could have chosen a better destiny. After all, he says, I know all my past births. Could you not make at least your this birth better? But he knows the minute we enter a womb, it is a womb of sorrow. It is a prism of Maya. Colors will be there. Not a single avatar of Bhagavan has been, joyous to him. As Rama, he lived the best dharma. And people say, oh, why do I have to live, righteously? The neighbor, they cut corners in taxes and this and that. And I have to follow. And look at Rama. He followed dharma. Still Sita was abducted. Did he complain? That, oh, I've always listened to my parents. They sent me 14 years, I went. I learned from my teacher also. But then why did bad things happen to me? Why did Sita have to suffer? Why did this great demon have to have this fight? What to do? So, even as a Maha-avatar, Purna avatar, pain is there. In this way, Bhaya Dukkha Vinashini, only by proper inquiry into it. We must inquire and silently just move through our life without creating a ruckus. The more we scream, the more we advertise our problems to the universe, that much difficult it will be. We give more opportunities for others to laugh at us. They come over here and say, oh, I'm so sorry, this, that, how can I help you? Oh, God knows what they are doing after they go away from us. They're having a good laugh at us. Silently, with prayers, when we navigate our life, that is called a bhakta. Surdas ji, he is born blind. He sings bhajans of Krishna. Was the weaver Kabir, Mirabai, Purandar Das, any saint from any part of India you take, they didn't have enough pain. They didn't go on a mountaintop to advertise how much pain they have. They quietly faced their pain. Some with music, some with dance, some with composition. Tulsi Das ji, he just wrote. Different ways in which to channelize the energy of this mind and intellect and not allowing it to spiral down into wrong thinking. That's why our culture, we have 64 forms of arts. Akhila Kala Nanartha. The Lord of all kalas, he danced. We have difficulty dancing on a floor. He danced on the hood of a cobra, holding the tail and the other hand playing the flute. Playing music and dancing on a floor which is continuously moving. And he had so much problems. Yet, wherever he went, he found a place to be in his own glory of this self. That's why he comes to say in 10th chapter, Aham Atma Gudakesha. I am this Atma. I am this Atma. So, Yena kena prakarena mana krishnastu nivedayet. You know, the whole purpose of Bhagavatam is whichever way hook or crook, take this mind to Krishna. Bas. Take it to Bhagavan. Take it to Bhagavan. That is Samyak Vichar. A Mahatma on a path of Jnana takes this mind on this path of knowledge. Continuing, number 13. Arthasya nishchayo drushto vicharena hitoktitaha na snane na danena pranayama shattena va. Arthasya nishchayah drushtaha. Come to see the firm declaration of Shastra. Tattvamasi. Ayamatma Brahma. Arthasya, of this reality, Nishchayah Drushtaha, with firm decisiveness, come to see what the Shastra is saying, that you are Atma. You are not a sack of problems. You are not a sack of issues. You are Atma. You are Atma. Vicharena, by vichar. Hitoktaha, on the lines of take the vichar in the path unfolded by men of wisdom. Hita, the one who has our well-being at heart, you know. Hitoktaha, the one who speaks by having our welfare in mind, which is Guru, Shastra. Our welfare in mind, it gives us instructions to follow. If we say, "Arey, these are too difficult," it is difficult because mind wants all the shortcuts. But if we just implicitly follow the rules laid down by Shastra and by Guru, then we will benefit. Nasnanena, we cannot just take a cold shower sometimes, a hot shower sometimes, to get rid of frustrations of mind. Nasnanena, nadanena, you may have great amount of wealth. Somebody called and said, "Swamiji, I don't have shortage of money. Can you find a person who can do japa for me?" We can pay some priest to do, 1 lakh japa. You can pay some 1 lakh rupees for 1 lakh japa. And yeah, that person will take your name and sankalpa, gotra, nakshatra, etc., do it for you. But the benefit that we receive from japa when we do it ourselves, that cannot be replaced. We can go to Sri Kalahasti and do a full puja of Rahu and Ketu Bhukti. But the benefit that we receive when we do japam in Rahu Kalam, that is to be seen by pratyaksha pramana of doing it. So, na snanena, na danena. We can give money. No, doesn't work that way. Na pranayama shatena va. By continuously doing pranayam, it is said by Patanjali ji in the Ashtanga Yoga that pranayam is a way to control the mind. Yes, no doubt about it. It is. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, all of that, yes, we can do. How many pranayams will we do? Can we do pranayam continuously? But the minute we feel claustrophobic of our own thoughts, we can tell ourselves, no, not over here. Let me think of Krishna. Let me think of Bhagavan. Let me think of Rama. That awareness, when it is harnessed at the time of problems hijacking our awareness, the benefit we get from it, we will not get by any other means. The minute we see, my mind is slipping, let me bring it back. That is arthasya nishchayah drushtaha. Come to see clearly the reality of the world. Why am I allowing my mind to slip? That is what is meant over here. Vicharena hitoktitaha. And we have to be the best friends with ourselves. Bhagavan Krishna says so. You are your own best friend, and Arjuna, you are your own worst enemy. And that is what Shankaracharya ji has used, hita uktaha. So we have to say words of wisdom to our mind. Oh my mind, please don't go that route. Please don't go. Dangers lurk over there. Come back out. Come back out. If we know that the seashore is filled with stinging, poisonous jellyfishes. In fact, the local news, television news showed the pictures of the beach. What citizen of that city will go to that beach? No, I want to go take a bath in the ocean. I want to go surfing. Knowing it is smitten with poisonous, stinging jellyfishes. Will anybody jump into that ocean? And if they do, they are asking for it. Even lifeguard is not on duty. The city has removed him. The city also wants to make sure that the lifeguard doesn't jump in to help someone. Lifeguard is also not available. In the same way, if we fall victim to this worldly process, the lifeguard of Shastra and Guru, who are well-wishers, they also cannot help us out when we are drowning. Thus, vichar, proper thoughts alone can pull us out. We can go drive over there, park the car on the beach. In fact, you have number one parking spot because nobody else is there. And go over there, see for ourselves. Yes, they are littered everywhere. Poisonous, stinging jellyfishes. I better not go. We have to stand up for ourselves. This is what arthasya nishchayah trushtah, come to see. We may not buy that, okay, we go drive over there, see, but we have to first come to our own conviction. Yes, this is not right for me. This is dangerous. What is dangerous? The mind going in the direction of self-destruction. That. But when we engage in this world properly with the help of Shastra, that I have to engage. It is a karma yoga. I am offering this work to Narayana. That type of engagement is very different. So, there is a vichar in the direction of karma yoga. Bhagavan lays it out. 3 chapters, 3, 4 and 5. So do actions, but do it with proper understanding. Don't allow the action to take the better of you. You be in charge of the karma and convert karma into yoga. Now, the qualified student who is fit for this vichar. Now, the qualifications of students. We will see, we'll continue. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shantihi. Harihi om Shri Gurubhyo namaha. Harihi om.